So main competitive advantage on getting more business and beating the competition. Here's the biggest thing for us. We're in an industry that has very low barriers to entry. And what I mean by that is anybody can go out and buy a truck. They can get a shiny logo. They can put it on the truck, and they get a website, and they can be in business as a mover or as a hauler. Of course, there's some licensing and insurance things, but there's very low barriers to entry. So first and foremost, we had to have a brand that really stood out. We read a book called Purple Cow by Seth Godin, and he talks about the example. If you're driving down a country road and you see a field full of a bunch of brown cows, you're not going to take notice. But if one of those cows is purple, you're going to pull over to the side of the road. You're going to get out, you're going to take a picture of it, you're going to tweet about it, you're going to tell everybody in your circle about this purple cow that you saw because you can't believe it, because that was a remarkable thing. Well, our name and our brand in and of itself is somewhat of a purple cow. It stands out. But that's not enough, because anybody can then sort of copy our name and our brand eventually, and there's going to be, if there's a field of 100 purple cows, you're not going to notice them either. So we had to take it a step further, and we had to provide a more remarkable experience for the customer to really set ourselves apart from the other hauling companies, the other moving companies, the other moving franchises, the other hauling franchises that are out there. It really boils down to experience. The example I always give is you could walk into a Starbucks and buy a cup of coffee for $4, or you can walk into a 7-Eleven and buy a coffee for 75 cents. Well, why do people line up out the door for Starbucks coffee? They line up out the door for Starbucks coffee because it's a nicer experience. You walk in, it's warm, it smells good, you can get free Wi-Fi, you can have a conversation with your friends or your colleagues. You walk into a 7-Eleven, it's a different type of experience. It's transactional. You don't know what smells you're going to have when you go in there. You certainly don't want to sit down and get on your computer. So, for us, we wanted to try and create an experience that people would really want to do business with out of brand love as opposed to just service needs. And so that's really, I think, been what's allowed us to set ourselves apart from the competition. But we really try not to think about the competition too much. We try to think about ourselves, or even better yet, we try to compete with brands in industries that are not even in our industry. We look at Zappos, which is an online shoe retailer, and we try to replicate and compete with their company culture and customer service. That has nothing to do with moving or hauling, but if we can replicate and do a better job with a company culture and service than they have been able to do, because they're the thought leader in that space, then we can really not even have to worry about the other moving or hauling companies. That's kind of the goal, and should be the goal for you and your business, whatever your business may be, is not to worry about the competition in your industry.